Ahead on this Cyber Monday edition of American Sunrise, go big or go home. From deep discounts at your keyboard checkout to potential presidential ballrooms, going bigger seems to be the theme of the day. We'll explain coming up. Plus, President Trump says Joe Biden's auto pen pardons were pointless, so he's canceling all of them. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is asking for a pardon of his own from his country's president over 3 corruption charges that he's facing. Ahead, we'll take you to the White House for an update on both of those stories. And then later, mainstream media has pulled up their stakes at the Pentagon, making room for a new wave of journalists at the Department of Defense, or the Department of War, excuse me. A live report from the Pentagon is coming your way a little bit later. Those stories and so much more right now on American Sunrise.
Good morning, America.
Welcome to American Sunrise.
Whether it's culture,
We have breaking news to share with you.
politics,
President Trump is joining us live now from Florida.
we've got you covered.
This is what it looks like to be a patriot.
We have to protect the American family.
The American dream is still alive.
I'm David Brody.
I'm Terrance.
And I'm Dr. Gina. All right, good morning. I'm Dr. Gina. We are live with you from the Palm Beaches. Let's bring in David Brody. He's in Washington, D.C., and T. Bates in our Denver newsroom. Good morning, guys. It's Christmas season.
Our tree is up. It hasn't been adorned yet, David, but the tree is up. That's a win already. And over the next several weeks, by the time Christmas gets here, it will be adorned, David. So praise to me. Yes. Yes, at least we got the Christmas tree up.
We just went from Christmas to Terrance-mas. Go ahead, David.
That's right.
Dr. Gina, let me have my moment. Don't hate. Let me have my moment.
Merry Christmas. Praise to Terrance this morning.
Well, our studio tree is up, much thanks to our crew who stayed late on Wednesday and did a beautiful job. It has its Colby ornament right there. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway. And I did get my trees up at home and some other decorations. And so we're moving on into the Christmas season here, guys. And it's also Cyber Monday, T.
No, absolutely. It is Cyber Monday, even though I'm calling this Cyber Monday too, because Black Friday saw a lot of people stay at home and do their shopping via the internet and on their iPads or whatever. Black Friday shoppers actually spent billions of dollars in Black Friday to snag those holiday deals. In all, Black Friday shopping was up about 4.1% over last year. Again, online shopping saw even bigger increases. So this is a huge deal. I think it's a great litmus test, David, for the economy.
And I got all my shopping done online, so I'm done. I'm finished. And you know what? That means I don't have to stand in line and I don't have to be in parking lots that are absolutely insane and to the point where I have to say, bless their heart, over and over and over again, Dr. G.
But I just want to know, how was the empanada Thanksgiving?
Okay, let me just say, I'm glad you brought that up. I want to do a full apology on national television. Absolutely. Look, for a couple of things. The empanadas were phenomenal. Not for Thanksgiving. Dr. G, you were correct all along. I missed the turkey. I missed the stuffing.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It just didn't feel... Love the family, by the way. Love my family. Love the empanadas. But not in that moment. You got to have the...
I brought my leftover empanadas.
Yeah. My gosh, there it is.
Yes, it's a leftover empanada, and I'm going to make it into an empanada sandwich because that's what you do after. But I didn't have it on Thanksgiving. I had it the day after in the honor of the Brody family. Yeah.
Smart. Thank you.
Terrance, we can carry on with the show now.
Okay, no, I was really into this. I was like, she really went and got empanadas. I'm super impressed on that alone, Dr. Gina. In fact, I'm so impressed that I'm just like, you know what, Terrance, shut up and get Dr. Gina to the Bible verse so that we can continue to move on. And that's impressive. I'm impressed that you actually went and got empanadas.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
All right, today's Bible verse, much more impressive than my day-old empanadas, is from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 through 26. Though the Lord's mercies, we are not concerned, through the Lord's mercies, we are not consumed because his compassions, they fail not. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good that one should hope and wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. I hear a million hymns when I read that particular verse. Hope you sang some of those beautiful hymns to kick off this Advent season this past Sunday. Let's turn our attention now from the good book to Washington, D.C., which is where we find RAF Chief Congressional Correspondent Benny Harmony. Welcome to the show, Benny. Benny, what's happening inside the White House today?
Well, good morning, guys. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving week. Today, the First Lady is set at around 9:45. She will welcome people at Joint Andrews Air Force Base as she puts together meals for our service men and women overseas, as well as their families. And then we will see this evening, President Trump is set to sign some congressional bills in the Oval Office, and we are not sure yet what those bills will look like, so we'll have more information regarding that to you guys soon.
Benny, it's also Media Day at the Pentagon. Take us through this. This is a lot of new media is there. A lot of old media has, quote, left the building with Elvis, apparently. But there's controversy there. I mean, there's a document that needs to be signed by any new media outlet. So take us through that. What about that?
No, Terrance, it's actually incredible, this new media row that the Pentagon is doing. We are seeing independent journalists. We are seeing smaller organizations. We are seeing people who maybe never had a voice before inside these walls due to legacy media. We are now seeing them get into these rooms and report real hard news. And so this week is going to be pretty big. It kicks off today. We will have David Zier and Steve Gruber over there, and they will be giving tours of the Pentagon, and then tomorrow they will get a press briefing from the press secretary, Kingsley Wilson. So that is set. That should be incredible. As well as Wednesday, reporters and all news organizations will be able to talk to Pete Hegseth, as well as over 18 other top military leaders. And so this really puts some of these organizations in the front row seat. And like you said about the form that they had to fill out, a lot of these news organizations like CBS and CNN, they refused to fill it out. And I don't remember the exact verbiage that was in that on that sheet, but they didn't like it, and so it gives us the room to report on some of those real things that we didn't get to before.
Yeah, and there was some concern from some of those news agencies that you mentioned about the potential push towards bias, or that it wasn't going to allow them to fully report on whatever's coming out of the Department of War, which brings us to the White House, which has now launched a brand new media bias tracker on its website. This is an interesting idea. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is something that I believe was in the works for a while. Now, President Trump, from the beginning of his first term, throughout this term, he hounds on the fake news. He will call them names, and he calls them out for their crap, to be honest with you, Terrance. And this new page, I recommend every single person go to the White House website and check this out. There are over 30 to 50 pages of news organizations calling out reporters' names, as well as the specific articles that is fake news, Terrance. And what's so incredible about this is the Trump administration is bringing receipts. He is bringing sources to prove this fake news media wrong. And so I think this further just goes to show how he is combating the rhetoric that we're seeing that's leading to so much political violence and just so much violence in general. And I think hopefully this will show the legacy media and these people that think they can lie that they can't lie. It's time to give it up and report the truth.
The president said this weekend that he wants to cancel all pardons given by old Joe Biden signed via autopen. This sounds so reasonable to the average American out there. What are you hearing on this?
Yeah, so Gina, President Biden signed over 4,000 clemencies and pardons throughout his tenure here at the White House behind me. And some of those are those high-ranking officials we're looking at, like Anthony Fauci and Mark Miley and these people that are treasonous in the ways that they acted. I mean, Mark Miley was caught interacting with Chinese counterparts, and so some of these signatures that were given, it's really a question of, and I think Trump's going to get to the bottom of it, were they signed by him or were they not? And we don't really know what that legal ramification looks like. If Trump is able to take this to court, how can he undo some of these pardons? But I think this is a big topic here, and we're going to see a lot of movements on this week as well as next as Trump moves forward.
Yeah, Benny Ray, what's interesting here, it's like truth social diplomacy, or at least truth social legal orders. Like what he puts stuff out on Truth Social, but then it's like the devil's in the details, dotting I's and crossing T's. He talked about the auto pen being responsible, I think, for 92% of executive orders or something along those lines. And so, I'm curious as to, what actually happens from here on out. Just because he puts it on Truth Social, how does it actually play out in like real life in terms of going forward with either, how do you cancel all these executive orders? What do you do? And where did that 92% figure come from? I just think there's a lot more questions right now about how this gets done. And I saw on his schedule, it looks like he has some sort of announcement, not just today, which you mentioned, the congressional bills, but tomorrow as well. So I wonder if he'll just be providing some more information about that.
No, I think he will, but I want the American people to know, just because something goes out on social media, that doesn't guarantee that it will happen. But we have seen how President Trump is able to work in these rooms and able to make things happen. And so when he puts something out, I think that's his stamp of approval that he's going to do what he has to do to get those actions for the American people. So like you said, I think in these next few days, we're going to hear a lot about this.
All right, Benny. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Have a good day. It looks like it's a little colder there than it is here in Florida. But
it is.
All right. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, coming up, we're going to check out the hottest headlines this Monday from the RAV Newsroom with T-Bates. Also later, the Pentagon rolls out the welcome wagon for a new MAGA-friendly press corps. We're going to take you there live as American Sunrise continues.